Today, I'm in stunning Stirlingshire.
For 4.5 years, believe it or not, Phil and I have been working with, shall we say, families in dispute on Love It or List It, trying to work out whether they should stay or go. And now we get to go back and hear the stories, hear what happened when they stayed or when they went. And it's always incredibly rewarding for Phil and I.
Back in 2016, all was not as it seemed in the idyllic Karyn Valley near Stirling.
I think we should stay.
We should move.
I think we should stay.
Battle lines were drawn for Duncan and Karyn Sibbald over a house that wasn't living up to its location.
Bathroom downstairs, disaster. And actually Duncan can't really fit in the bathroom.
Drying myself, it's a bit tough.
He burns his bum on the radiator.
Phil upped the ante by showing them fantastic bigger homes.
Oh, wow.
With land and views that more than rivalled their own.
I didn't realise when we first walked up that it had that out the back.
I know, he's done a good job. He's followed the brief.
Meanwhile, I took on the challenge of turning their existing home into a forever home.
So, girls and boys, this house has caused me no end of hassle.
And came up with a plan.
Does it give you hope?
Duncan hates spending money.
And in the end, they finally came to a decision.
Will you love it?
Or will you list it?
And now, almost 3 years on, I've returned to find out what Duncan and Karyn did next.
Something can change and circumstances and everything had to change with it.
Before we find out where they ended up, let's look back to when we first came to their rescue in 2016.
It just doesn't feel like you're half an hour from Glasgow, 50 minutes from Edinburgh.
And yet it feels like the middle of nowhere.
Wasn't there some famous battle fought around here? Battle of Bannockburn.
And it looks like this idyllic setting is home to another battleground. Meet marketing head Karen Lumsden and company director Duncan Sibbald.
We've been going out for 3 years now. It's actually 3 years to the actual day.
No, it was yesterday.
Ooh, rookie error, Duncan. But moving swiftly on, they bought this 3-bed 1950s semi for £160,000 2.5 years ago.
And they've been arguing about it almost ever since.
We have leaking windows, rubbish kitchen, no extra bedroom, which is obviously my fault for buying the house in the first place, but I am very much of the opinion, let's just move.
That's lovely, though.
They chose the house because it came with land for Prince and rescue horse Ridian, but now Karen's fallen out of love with it.
If this house didn't have the land, we wouldn't have bought it.
There's also Duncan's daughters, Neve and Orla, to think about, who live here part of the time and love this house almost as much as their father.
I love the area so much. We go out as much as we can. And I love coming back to the house, even when it's blowing a hoolie outside, when the rain's, horizontal. It's great just having the wood burner on, and it's great just getting the heat from that.
But he's also getting heat from Karen, who thinks the house is far too small.
To have even us with the girls round the table, you'll cook, pull the table out, and then we sit at the table.
Then ask people to come back through here.
And then you ask us to move. All done. And then
put the
the same
table back
again.
Next to this cramped kitchen is an even tinier bathroom, shared between a 6'4" man and 3 girls.
The bathroom downstairs, disaster in the morning when everyone's trying to get in. Right, Orla, you can come out.
Hello, sure.
And actually Duncan can't really fit in the bathroom to begin with.
Drying myself, it's a bit tough. I'm not going any further than that.
No, I won't say a word. He burns his bum on the radiator.
Ouch. And that's not the only pain in the derriere.
Muddy boots getting dragged to the front door drives me up the wall. All I want in life is a boot room.
This pair disagree even more than me and you know who.
I think we should stay.
We should move.
I think we should stay.
You could say they're just
Scunnered with the house.
We'll need to put some subtitles up or something.
Scunnered. I'm scunnered with the house. And
Very fed up.
Fed up with the house, sorry.
The end of your tether.
Fear not, chaps. Kirstie and I are here to mediate. And if need be, translate.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to meet you
Kirstie.
too.
Hi.
Very nice to meet you.
Phil.
It's my goal to find Karyn and Duncan a suitable alternative to make them want to list this property.
Though once I've made my changes, their only option will be to love it.
As Kirstie often says, let's get down to brass tacks.
I
Who
don't.
wants to stay? Who wants to go?
I want to stay.
I want to go. The house came with 2.5 acres and stables, and that doesn't come up very often, so we snapped it up. And although I am on Team Phil,
Most people
there
are.
aren't a lot of properties with
Yeah.
land unless we have a huge budget.
Duncan, why are you so keen to stay? What do you like about it?
Well, I mean, I love the style of the house. I love the area of the house as well. It's just unbeatable, actually, what we've got on our doorstep. Yes, there are things that don't work in the house, like you've said, with the size of the kitchen. And then when the girls are here as well.
Are there plans for any more little ones?
Yes, there are.
If
Yes.
you were to have to stay, what work would you do?
Top of my list would be down here to sort this area out here.
And my focus is upstairs.
Could you do both? Well, you don't have the budget to
I don't
do
think we've got
I
the
don't
budget
think
to
we
do
do.
both.
I mean, we are sitting here sandwiched against the washing machine and the dishwasher. I don't think anyone's in any doubt about why it doesn't work.
both. How long's this debate been raging?
Oh,
It's been a wee while now,
2.5
hasn't it?
years. 2 years.
Cue Phil and Kirstie.
This location is 1 in a million, but making the house work for a growing family is going to be quite the challenge.
It's a lovely room, this, Phil. I mean, look at that. It's just a picture window, isn't it? It's beautiful. Can you see the
Well, that
hills?
must be their paddock and the stable.
And there's the river.
It is beautiful.
Lovely
I mean, it's
sitting
clearly
room.
not big enough for them, but it's a beautiful spot.
No,
It'll sell very
the
well.
sitting room. No, don't be silly.
To me, as they were talking, it seemed pretty cut and dried because they want more children and this isn't big enough.
There's certainly no easy fix, especially as they don't have the money to create extra bedrooms and expand downstairs.
This is the real problem area, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, to sit 4 round the table, you're going to have to shift the table out every time somebody wants to get up.
I know.
You'll pay an average of £30,000 more for a rural property in Scotland, but this particular vista is truly priceless.
You've got views all around.
Yeah. They will be very hard to compete with, the views from here. And that's something that he obviously really likes, because there's a proper sense of the outdoors.
I'm eager to check out the attic. In a lot of the UK, a basic loft conversion doesn't need planning permission. But the rules are different in Scotland, so it depends what's up there and what we do with it.
Oh, careful, bat poo and stuff. What? No, I'm just saying there's often bat poo in attics. Oh,
What do you see?
both the girls could fit in here.
You get a couple of bedrooms up there.
Yeah, you'd lose one down here too.
Worth noting that in a recent survey, tradesmen said loft conversions were the most likely build to go wrong.
Oh, of course, we're doomed.
Do you want the torch?
No.
Oh, look, it flashes.
That's SOS. It's when I get myself in real difficulty. Action man, you know.
Oh, everyone has their fantasies.
My goal today is to find these guys a much more suitably sized family home. And I've got a budget of approximately £337,000 to do it.
But on top of that, they'll also need to fork out £7,000 in tax and just shy of £6,000 in legal fees. Money better spent on making this house baby friendly. I just need a plan they can both agree on.
I've got a solution in my mind. It's growing. I'm not going to pick it and present the flower yet. I'm going to let it grow, grow and grow and grow.
Well, far be it for me to deflower you. But the thing is, Karyn and Duncan need a home that works for all the family now, as well as for any additions that might come along in the future. We set up our cameras to monitor how they move around on a daily basis. And from the looks of things, the downstairs is seeing most of the action, with Duncan alone spending more than half his time in the kitchen. Meanwhile, Karyn clocks up less than a fifth of her time upstairs.
But that doesn't mean she can't see exactly that's where the work is needed, which is why that's where I want to focus their £40,000 Love It budget.
The problem with the house is that it won't fit another child. And I think there are solutions to that. A tent, maybe. No, seriously, I have got some solutions, but I want to go away a little bit and think about that.
But more bedrooms won't be enough to convince Karyn to stay. So Kirstie will have to be pretty clever about the downstairs too, if she's to compete with my houses.
Karyn, can you describe to me what I'm looking for?
I think just enough space to be able to live easily.
If it's there, I will find it.
Yes.
A 45-minute search area is a massive area, so I mean, there are thousands of houses.
Yes.
So if it's there...
There are not
I am
thousands, Phil, in
confident.
case you haven't looked. We're in Scotland. There are not thousands of
We're looking
houses.
for fields as
There are
well.
about 30.
All right, Kirstie, perhaps I am being a bit overconfident. So I'm on the hunt for 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and at least 2.5 acres for the horses. All within 45 minutes of the girls' school, which is just outside of Stirling.
Have you done any searching yourself?
I look
Always scrolling.
usually every night.
Every night you look? I was feeling quite chipper until that moment.
She's not the only one to go on the internet every night, Phil.
We can't do everything that we want to do. So for me, we may as well just move house.
I wouldn't be too confident.
Okay.
I think Kirstie's got a few tricks up her sleeve.
We're back in beautiful Stirlingshire visiting Karyn and Duncan. They called on our help in 2016 after becoming locked in a battle over the future of their 3-bed semi in the Carron Valley.
I keep saying to him, we are actually moving house. I can feel it. We've had enough. With the leaky windows, with the kitchen, with the bathroom, with the lack of space. And he's like that, no, we're not moving house. And I'm like, we are actually moving house.
No.
They gave me 40 grand to transform their home in order to convince Karyn to love it. Whilst Phil had around £340,000 to persuade Duncan to list it, which proved a little trickier than he first thought.
It's not been an easy search, and I hate having to admit Kirstie was right, but I've driven a long way, and I'm happy with what I've got, so I reckon Duncan better start packing.
Our first stop is Fife. While the price of grazing land in Scotland is around 70% cheaper than England, it's still very difficult to come by, so I'm getting creative.
Well, Karyn, how does it feel actually going to see a house? I mean, you're slightly addicted. You said you were addicted to looking at houses online.
I'm really excited, actually. I probably lasted a couple of weeks, which was good.
Of not surfing?
Yes, and obviously I didn't want to ruin it, so I genuinely haven't looked at this area, so I've resorted to looking at England.
Have you? What, just for kicks?
Yeah, that's it.
You're hilarious.
Hopefully my first house in the old weaving town of Sarlin will give Karyn her fix.
Righto, gang. This is the house that we're going to look at.
I like the look of it, yeah.
I know that you had hoped for a detached house, and this isn't, but I came in here and thought, fantastic, we've got a goodie.
We'll see how much of a goodie it is.
Well, if the Phil Spencer word of honour isn't enough for you, Duncan, follow me out back, where I found a house with 5 acres of land to rent for just 25 quid a week.
The outlook's absolutely stunning, isn't it?
It's really
It's
nice.
quite
Can you see a
fantastic.
house? I've just thought you can't see another house. Snow-capped mountains. I mean, you're looking at 10 miles.
Amazing
down
view
here.
of the Ochils.
And you can see your horses in the stable.
Wow, brilliant.
And if they like the view from outside, they're going to be even more impressed with what lies within. As well as the acres of land, this stunning 4-bed property boasts a lounge and dining room, both with wood burner and panoramic views. Priced at £335,000, it also has those all-important 2 bathrooms, a separate kitchen diner, and, wait for it, Karyn,
A utility room.
Booked room.
Now, whatever Kirstie does with your house, she ain't going to get you one of those, is she?
No, Karyn, it's your dream.
Don't worry, Duncan, I've not forgotten you.
Little birdie tells me you're into stargazing.
Yes. So
This is Duncan's dream.
There'd be no light pollution here. It'd be stunning. Absolutely beautiful place to look at the stars.
It's quite a similar outlook from where we are now. It's very our style, isn't it?
It is, yes. Oh, look, above the fridge.
It's the storage that we've always wanted.
Yes, aye.
A table that we don't have to pull out.
And if they like that, they're going to love the master with ensuite.
You can wake up and see the horses.
No way.
You can actually see the stables from the window.
Wake up and smell the horses, Kirstie. Team Listits on a roll.
Duncan, suitably wowed. Get back in your box. How'd you get on?
Yes, it's a lovely setting, lovely house, isn't it?
I could see us entertaining in here. I think the outside space is brilliant. You've done good.
Whilst Phil appears to have pulled that rabbit out of the hat, my earlier fears have indeed become a reality.
Right. But that's going to cost a fortune. Right. Thanks for that. OK, bye.
Because of the attic layout, extra support beams are going to be needed, which can prove costly. We also can't extend the kitchen into the bathroom area downstairs because of Scottish planning regulations regarding accessible loo space. With just £40,000 in the budget, a running debate on whether to build extra bedrooms or a larger kitchen, and a ceiling price only around £30,000 more than the house is currently worth, there is no way forward. But I have a plan which I hope they'll go for.
So, girls and boys, this house has caused me no end of hassle. We've had some estimates done for work on this, and they have differed by over £10,000. So our big problem here is going to be keeping the cost down.
If Duncan and Karyn want more children, then the priority is more bedrooms. But they'll have to be careful with their budget. It will be money well spent though, as I'll be able to create 2 bedrooms for the girls in the attic and use one of the first floor bedrooms to make an extra 6'4" Duncan-sized bathroom. And whilst I can't afford to extend the downstairs for him, by simply blocking up the rear door and moving it to beside the downstairs bathroom, I'll create a few more metres of space in the kitchen and solve Karyn's muddy boot problem.
Does it give you hope?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, I think so.
I really
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the idea of the obviously the extra bedroom, the bathroom upstairs.
Yeah. I did completely get the fact that the upstairs probably does have to happen first.
Obviously, we have to figure out how much it is going to cost.
Good.
Duncan hates spending money.
Because it's making Duncan very nervous. Phil's like that.
Yeah.
Phil's wallet is a rare creature.
Yeah.
Occasionally, there are rumours about its extinction altogether.
I won't be needing it anytime soon because they are going to list.
Don't be so sure, Pip. Karyn and Duncan like my plan so much, they get going with the work almost straight away. And I have to say, I'm incredibly impressed when I hear what super scrimping Karyn and Duncan have done to save huge amounts of money on their build.
In just 5 weeks, they have taken advantage of one of the many grants available to homeowners who want to reduce energy consumption with clever home improvements, and called in favours from mates too.
We've managed to claim a grant for our loft insulation. We've managed to get a new front window, and we've also managed to get a new back door. So in total, we've managed to save about £3,500 so far.
The new doorway has been opened up and a wall moved upstairs to create a larger master and second bathroom.
I don't see these guys going anywhere when the work is finished. But then again, I know Phil got Duncan wavering after the first house he showed them.
Welcome to Gartmorn Dam Country Park and Nature Reserve, the home of one of Scotland's oldest reservoirs. About 20 minutes from Stirling and an hour northwest of Edinburgh, but so beautifully rural.
This is some road.
Yeah, we've got a little way to go, yeah?
All right.
My goodness. You want it to be rural, Duncan.
And they haven't even seen the best bit yet.
There's a country park. Woods.
This is, I suppose, as direct as you could get. Straight out onto the path.
Yeah.
Part of the walk. I used to walk my dog round here and Niamh and Orla when they were very young.
OK.
So I know this quite well.
Should we go in?
Yes.
Yes.
Or should we go for lunch?
No, absolutely. No, I need to see inside.
Come on.
This 19th century detached stone property has 5 bedrooms. And although it needs a bit of TLC, it's on the market for offers over £275,000. So about 60 grand under budget. There's land for the horses, 2 bathrooms, 3 reception rooms, and it's surrounded by stunning views.
Structurally, I think it's perfectly sound, but it's a bit of a project.
Yeah.
Needs some TLC, but then you did say you wanted a bit of work.
Yes.
And you liked tinkering. There's a big smile there, Karyn.
Yeah, I like things like this. It's good. It's like a blank canvas, isn't it?
Does the size of Karyn's smile trouble you?
No, that's one of the things I love about her.
You could learn a thing or two from that smooth talker, Phil.
The owner has over 100 acres of land and is happy to include 5 in the price, as well as free access to her outdoor arena. But the land is forested and would need fencing.
I think the potential is huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be exciting.
Yeah.
He appears to be swaying, though upstairs,
You might have to watch your head up here.
things quickly fall short of Duncan's expectations.
I feel like it's pressing on me a little bit.
And we've fallen at the final hurdle.
Location-wise, is brilliant.
That's stunning.
So good. Huge amounts of space.
Is it perhaps biting off a bit more than you can chew at the moment?
I would say it probably is more than we can chew
But
right
hopefully it's made you, particularly you, Duncan, think about an example. You know, these houses exist within your budget.
Yeah.
In stunning areas.
Yeah.
You're coming round, aren't you?
I see the possibilities, yeah.
Well, I can't ask for more than that.
I'm showing Duncan places and the atmosphere, the setting is blowing him away. I've just got to find him the right house. But I've got one more up my sleeve.
In 2016 in rural Stirlingshire, Karyn and Duncan Sibbald called on Phil and me to help them decide whether to love or list their home.
I really like Phil, but I don't think we'll want to move once we've done the work to the house.
I'm hoping he pulls it out of the bag. I've got a feeling he's going to.
And Pip nearly did, with the first house he showed them.
Oh, look, you can wake up and see the horses.
No way.
You can actually see the stables from the window.
Meanwhile, with their home already in the perfect setting in the Carron Valley, I set about giving them the perfect house. 7 weeks after I presented them with my plans, I caught up with Karyn and Duncan to see how far they'd got with the work.
When I last left this house, no decisions had been made. The budget was very tight and they couldn't have everything they needed. There have been some challenges along the way. Duncan was more focused on downstairs, Karyn on upstairs, but now work has started. And I'm very keen to see how it's progressing.
And what an impressive building site to behold.
Blimey. Well, for a start, the builders are flaming marvellous. They've really got on with it.
Karyn and Duncan have followed my plans of creating a larger master bed to the back of the house and turning the third bedroom into an upstairs bathroom.
There's nothing I like seeing more than the carcass, when you can really get a grip on what the house is like.
In the attic, the all-important steel support beams are in place. These should always be designed and specified by a structural engineer to ensure you've complied with building regs. Conversions like this in the UK can cost between £20,000 and £35,000, But Duncan and Karyn have been brilliantly frugal. Something I can help with when it comes to the boot room problem.
At my home, I couldn't have one indoors either, so I put up a simple wooden shelter.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, excellent.
We can see how that would work.
It'll be an outdoor boot room for me.
Yeah.
Downstairs, my work is done. But there's one more issue I'm keen to help with. The bathroom.
It would be better if the bath was
Yeah,
here
I think we
under the
quite like
window.
the fact that we could have a bath and
with the view.
Yeah,
Yes.
bath with a view. Yes.
Yeah.
So really what we want is...
to try and squeeze a toilet in somewhere.
Toilets are such a bore because you need the sort of... the space.
You need...
Yep.
I need clearance as well.
Well, with a new bigger bathroom, the days of Duncan burning his behind on the radiator will be, hopefully, behind them.
This area is sometimes called the gateway to the Highlands, and my next property is the furthest north I'm taking Karyn and Duncan, to Strathire and the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park. But Karyn's mind is somewhere else.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how the house is going to work.
Your
Interested,
house?
Yes, because I can't visualise it at the moment. I have to see it.
Well, don't try too hard.
No, I won't. It's okay.
Remember, you are still on Team List It, Karyn. At 45 minutes from the girls' school, I'm pushing them to the limits of their search area, but with good reason.
Well, for my final flourish, I think this is quite special.
It's lovely.
Yeah. What a view.
That's actually amazing, isn't it?
What a view.
The only drawback, no land for the horses on the doorstep, but
The local farmer in the village would happily rent land for 2 horses. It's 15 quid a week per horse.
That's good. Okay.
Right,
Is that all right?
Yes, that's fine.
I'm going to wager that's a price worth paying, because this stunning 4-bed Edwardian semi is on the market for the fixed price of £295,000, shaving more than 40 grand off their budget. Set over 3 levels with stunning period features, it's been beautifully restored in a style I think Karyn and Duncan will love. With stunning views on both sides, 3 reception rooms and 3 bathrooms, I can't wait to show them around. And first things first,
It's the kitchen that I really wanted you to see because it's a genuine dining,
Nice.
living, entertaining kitchen.
Lovely.
Really nice, isn't it?
Really great space.
at home they can't afford to extend their family kitchen. This space here offers them everything they wanted and has views that more than rival their own.
I love the fact that there's hills out the back and also out the front.
This is what I would love to have in a
You
kitchen.
can. It's here. It's available.
And they've not even seen the surprise I've got for them in the master suite.
Oh, Karyn, look.
Oh, wow. That is cool, isn't it?
Your bath without having to do anything.
I love it.
Yep, it blows Kirstie's bathroom out of the water.
You're still to see how the old faithful pulls through.
I really hope you're referring to the house there, Duncan.
To be fair, Kirstie, I've heard you called much worse than that.
How'd you get on upstairs?
Well, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's probably my kind of style of house.
How about the land not being actually with the house?
Yeah, I think that's the only
I think that's
downside,
Because
isn't
you couldn't
it?
see the horses. So, Duncan, are you coming over to our team?
I'll put, there you go.
The little toe, just a toe.
Well, what can I say, Kirstie? I think I'm a shoo-in for this one.
Phil, you're on fire today.
Well, after 4 months of hard graft and help from family and friends, the building work was complete, and it was time for Phil and I to find out what Karyn and Duncan's decision would be.
So how confident are you feeling that Karyn and Duncan are going to want to leave this location?
I did my job. I found them a house that they loved in a setting that was equal to theirs.
Equal to this?
Yeah.
You found them a house in a setting equal to this?
With land for the horses, and they loved the house. The house was fantastic.
Right, okie doke.
We had a lot of fun on the search.
We had a lot of fun with the builders,
Did you?
with the house.
But we're not here to find out who's funniest.
Look,
Oh, yeah.
imagine the weather as it was when we first came.
Yeah, so storage
Being
outside
sheltered.
the house.
Yep. Boots, yes, everything, yeah.
Great.
It's quite an innovation,
Boot store,
isn't it?
wood store.
Wood store, plant store.
I like that.
Hello
Hello.
there. Hi.
Nice to see you, mate.
Nice to see you.
This is looking pretty smart.
Great, isn't it?
Such a simple fix has resolved a massive problem for Karyn and Duncan. Before, muddy boots being traipsed through the house was Karyn's biggest bugbear. Now, with a side porch and a side entrance, the problem is solved.
Oh, Karyn, look at this.
Last time we were here, we could barely fit around the table, let alone get a family in here whilst cooking. But now, with the fridge moved to where the back door was, it's a much more family-friendly room. And Karyn managed to buy and fit this stunning new kitchen for just over £3,000.
Where did you find the lovely rose gold handles?
Online.
You're a clever girl.
Yes, took me a long time to find them, but we got them.
And look at the tiles. It was the great sadness that we couldn't knock down the wall and make the kitchen bigger. But actually, we've been forced to think more around the problem. And look.
Had you ever considered moving the door before?
No,
Before you met Kirstie?
never. That porch has solved masses of the welly problems, hasn't it?
Definitely.
Karyn, I'm hoping it hasn't solved too many problems.
You're sounding a bit worried there, Phil, and I'm not surprised, for what used to be a 3-bedroom house with one downstairs toilet has now been opened up over 3 levels. On the first floor, the master bedroom has been reduced in size and turned into a stylish guest room. What was once one of the girls' rooms has now been enlarged and requisitioned as the new master bedroom. And the third bedroom has now become a much-needed and spectacular second bathroom.
Oh, my giddy aunt. Wow, that bath is big.
It's a Duncan-sized bar.
It's a Duncan
Look, I'll demonstrate.
Duncan?
That is a bar.
Slightly
Phil,
bigger
I
version.
think you can
reckon
get
I get in there as
You
well?
can get in as well. Mind my foot.
All right, Duncan, no need to show off.
We can swim in it.
Pass the soap, would you, mate?
No vulgar jokes.
Do you want to get in as well?
No.
I'd much rather show you the second floor instead. For where there previously sat a dark, useless attic space, now lives a whole other floor made up of 2 gorgeous girls' rooms. Neve and Orla have added their own personal taste with some fabulous colour choices, and the new Velluxes have offered up the most incredible views.
Oh, my word, look at that. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. You can see for miles.
This is now the perfect size home should they wish to extend their family further. And they did it all for an incredible £41,000.
But what will their decision be?
I think the house is amazing. I really do. But I'm sitting here now also knowing that I showed you a house that you fell in love with.
I think that house struck a chord with you as well, actually.
Oh, definitely. It was
You
it was
were
lovely.
quite, Phil won't find anything, you know, we're staying in the house. And all of a sudden, that property number 1 kind of ticked all the boxes.
I don't think I had actually even contemplated moving.
No, of course you hadn't. You were pretty adamant.
Because
you were very
I've got great access to outdoors. You know, the views are tremendous. The thing with property 1 was that it had all of that as well.
I think that you've realised now that there are lots
other
more
places,
properties.
There was
that
another
offer.
world out there.
No, there is definitely.
Which brings us to the question.
Will you love it?
Or will you list it?
Go on then.
Crikey, we've been talking about this up to today.
Yes.
Haven't we?
Yes. I was adamant, and I genuinely was expecting that we would move. But we're going to love it. I knew it was a special place, but I just hated the house before. But now, I actually still can't believe that this is our house.
We've walked around it a few times and said it feels like a new house as
Yeah,
well.
it is like a brand new house.
Can I ask you a question, Karyn, while Phil looks bitterly disappointed?
I saw it coming.
Yeah. It's part of the reason that you are not moving, because you know how settled the girls are here and how much they like it here.
I think that's a huge part of the reason. They love it here.
I said to Phil, if they don't move, it won't be down to me, it won't be my win. If they don't move, it will be Karyn's good heart.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Although I can't believe you haven't won.
First time I met Karyn and Duncan, Karyn gave me a present. Look. Do you see what that says? It's their neighbour's blackberry vodka. But
I should be buying the drinks.
I know, but you only lost today because of Karyn's good heart. Here's to Karyn and Karyn Valley.
Yes.
And this amazing place. You can have it neat.
Cheers.
But this wasn't the end of the story for Karyn and Duncan. Almost 3 years later, there have been some very exciting changes, and I can't wait to get back and find out what's happened since.
So, I'm in Scotland to catch up with Karyn and Duncan. When I saw them 2.5 years ago, they decided to love their beautiful house in the Carron Valley. So, what am I doing? With Stirling Castle behind me.
Yes, after we left, there were some big changes for our Carron Valley couple, along with getting engaged and then married. 15 months after we left, they sold their house for £225,000 and bought this chalet-style 4-bed house for £243,000, just outside Stirling, in the village of Cambus Barron. I'm back to find out what prompted the dramatic change of location.
See, I can drive and park, unlike Mr. Spencer. This is a bit of a change, isn't it? This is a bit different.
For this country-loving couple who wanted a home with land for their horses nearby, a housing estate, albeit a charming one, wasn't what I was expecting. But that's not the only surprise.
Hello.
Oh.
Surprise
Nice to see
visitor. Very nice to
again.
see you. Oh, my giddy arms. Well, that's not just a big lunch, is
Lovely
it?
to see you. Come in, come in, come in.
Thank you.
Yes, in the midst of moving and marrying, Karyn also became pregnant, and baby Sybild is due in 9 weeks. It's a new chapter for the family, and a new house is beginning to make sense, especially one with that stunning outlook.
Oh, my word. Oh, look at that. Stirling Castle. That is beautiful. Can I be completely honest?
Yes.
When I drove up, I was a bit like, what? You know, what happened to all those views and the rurals and the paddock? But I have to say, that is absolutely beautiful.
In this bit at Hogmanay, all the neighbours come in. And at Hogmanay, we were just out watching the fireworks being set off at the castle. Oh. And then we were all bringing in the new year, weren't we?
So it's a complete change from having no neighbours to this.
Everyone was lovely in the street, and everyone in the surrounding streets are lovely. But this is what clinched it, wasn't it?
The transformation we achieved for 41 grand in their old home was incredible. And after selling for £225,000, they made just under 20 grand profit, which enabled them to stretch to £243,000 and secure their new home.
For a house like this with a view, and we knew that we had to put in more money than what the home report was for. We were aware that we were going to have to do that, so that money came in handy for that.
Yeah.
To be able to go over and above to
Yeah,
secure.
In the Scottish system, you really do. You have to go for it.
Yes.
And go for it they certainly did.
So having said you were going to stay, you then got engaged, got married. Where in all of that process did you suddenly decide, actually, no, Phil was right, you needed to move?
Soon after I got offered a role in London, it was difficult for Karyn to be there
Yeah,
on her own.
Duncan was away Sunday night to Friday night.
Oh,
right.
So we tried it for Well, the first winter, really, we thought, let's just do it. Let's
Yeah.
just see how we get on. But it became quite difficult after getting snowed in, power cuts.
Horses
not
across
being
the
able
road.
to.
Because that was
it
a
really
very
difficult.
harsh winter.
Yeah, it was
It
really,
was.
really difficult. And I think both of us realised, I mean, the girls being, 20, 25 minutes away, it was really quite difficult having to do airport runs, and from that location was really difficult. We kind of made our mind up, and I think it was the following, probably February, March, we put the house on the market and we just thought, let's just see what happens. And we moved in with my parents.
Yeah.
So you sold without having found somewhere to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
You managed to conceive a baby in your parents' house?
No, this was a year after.
Now that Duncan works away most of the week, swapping isolation and rural life for a home 10 miles away means Karyn is enjoying being part of a community. Added to that, Duncan's girls are now only 5 minutes away.
The girls came with us in the viewing, and we looked round it, and they loved it as well, didn't they? And
Yeah.
we feel really fortunate to have got it.
To cap it all, this house has the large open-plan downstairs area that Karyn always wanted.
So basically what you've got is a huge kitchen, which we never managed, did we? I mean,
No,
we
didn't.
altered the kitchen, and it was better than it was, but we never managed to get you that big family room.
Yes. I mean, that's the original kitchen when we moved in. We just upgraded it with worktops, and we created a breakfast bar, new sink, and the tiles are the same from the valley.
I know, I was going to
have
say.
some left over.
They're both clearly pleased as punch with the new house. And don't worry, the horses are happy too. They're being looked after in a livery 20 minutes away, giving Karyn more time for the baby. Meanwhile, for the girls, Orla and Neve, there's 2 lovely bedrooms for when they come to stay, and a large master bedroom.
Fantastic, look, you've got that view.
Yeah, view out here. And we've also got an ensuite in here.
Which is perfect.
Yeah, which is great. And also main bathroom just at the top of the stairs. So, only thing I don't like about the main bathroom is, though, it's not got a Duncan-sized bath.
The bathroom is fine,
But it's not
the same.
Yeah,
It's not the same. That was a very special bathroom we created.
it was.
Yeah.
One of the best things I remember about that was that I managed to get Phil in the bath.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be able to do that today.
No.
Currently, the 4th bedroom is on the ground floor and will be the nursery. But the guys have grand plans to extend the house at some point in the future.
We could have 4 really decent-sized bedrooms if we do the
yeah.
dormer.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
from the valley, putting that
Yeah.
big dormer on's made me realise how effective dormers are.
Amazingly
And imagine if you could
effective.
put a dormer on here, because
It would
obviously
make
it's
a
a chalet
huge
house.
difference.
The loft upstairs is great as well. The height in it already is good. So we know it'll work really well.
So eventually you'll have 4 bedrooms up here.
Yeah, I think that's the plan,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Good excuse for me to come back.
And the great thing is that by going through the build process already, the guys have got the experience to see it through. In a lovely area like this, close to transport links and Stirling, I don't think they need to worry about overspending either.
It's funny, it doesn't feel like Scotland, does it? It's a bit of a Scandinavian vibe, this little close.
Yeah, the chalet.
Yes. And you can see what people have done. Someone's put an enormous dormer there.
Yeah.
I mean, the world's your oyster, really, isn't it?
No, it's worked out really well.
Yeah.
So that fixation with trying to find land, it's interesting how it kind of,
Yeah.
something can change and circumstances, and everything had to change with it.
Does feel really like everything came together.
It does, doesn't it?
It really
It
does.
has,
It has.
yeah.
Aye.
It
Yeah,
really has.
Aye,
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
really nice.
We come in, all our advice and bossing people around and Phil driving everyone over, hill and dale and all of this. Do you think it made any difference at the end of the day?
I mean, we would never have been able to do what we did in the valley without your help.
We had some ideas, but then they changed with input from yourself, and because of the input and the discussion around it, you're then able to come into a house like this and say, you can match that situation to this one.
Your brilliant porch idea, the boot room, the external
Yeah.
boot room, we've
Aye.
now made that internal.
Yeah.
But that came from your ideas.
Yeah.
And I think on the other side, Phil showed us obviously some really nice houses at the same time, so we knew what was out there.
Yeah.
I must admit, I'm thrilled because, I did love the Karyn Valley and I thought that that was exquisite, but from a practical point of view, this house makes so much sense for all of you, and how happy you are and how happy it's made everybody. You know, I just can't wait to see the pictures of the little one.
I know.
And maybe even more little ones now they've got the space.
Do you know what? That is the happiest of happy endings.
We definitely couldn't have done this without Kirstie and Phil's input. It's certainly given us the confidence to be able to be a bit bolder with things that we want to do and actually move house as well.
Definitely.
A new happy home, happy Duncan and Karyn, happy girls, and some very happy news. They do come up trumps, those two.